There's also special events happening around the Metro Detroit area this afternoon at the Detroit Historical Museum in Midtown. Local 4's Kim DeJulio is there for us this morning to tell us about events happening for people of all ages. Hey, Kim.
Good morning, Jason. That's right. We are in a brand new exhibit called the Kresge 100, and it actually just opened last month. So today for Juneteenth, this is all free to come and see. So why not come and check out this brand new exhibit? There is so much to learn here about the Kresge Foundation that's celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. But you're probably wondering, what does the Kresge Foundation have to do with Juneteenth? So here to tell us about that is Rebecca from the Detroit Historical Society. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning. Welcome.
So first of all, congratulations on this new exhibit. It is beautiful, it's interactive, it's bright, and very educational.
It is. We are really proud of this exhibit. You know, it tells an interesting kind of two-part story. The story of the foundation, of course, which is 100 this year, but also the story of the Kresge stores. You know, folks who are familiar with the museum remember that we have the Kresge store in the streets of Old Detroit. Well, that's the historical antecedent of what became Kmart. You know, everybody remembers the blue light special.
Yes.
And so Kmart was kind of the start of the Kresge Foundation, and all that story is told here in this really beautiful exhibit.
And so how does it tie back to learning about Juneteenth and also just the history of African Americans?
Well, so Juneteenth is the history of emancipation, right? And so lots of Kresge stores had lunch counters, which we're sitting in a lunch counter interactive right now. And back in the 60s, lunch counters became the site of a really significant protest for civil rights. And so today at 6 p.m. we're hosting a whole bunch of historians led by local historian Ken Coleman, and they're going to talk about the lunch counter protests, what role those had in the civil rights revolution of the 1960s, and what role they had at the Kresge stores right here in our area.
Would be so fascinating to just be a fly on the wall during those conversations. And then, yeah, I love, you mentioned like the counter, like this is a look behind us here at what it looked like. And it just really has that feel of like the 1960s. And you really feel like you're in it here in this new exhibit.
You do. You know, we've got this interactive, has the Kresge menu. So, you know, you get to kind of see what those blue plate specials looked like back in the day, you know, 55 cents for a whole dinner. You know, it's kind of fun to remember those days. And we have a really rich history of soda fountains and lunch counters right here in Detroit. And that's, you know, we show that in the streets of Old Detroit. We show it in this exhibit, and we'll talk about it tonight at 6 p.m.
And we've been here since like 5:30, and I just can't stop learning, seeing new things here. So certainly come on by today because it is free to get in. Normally there is a fee. I mean, obviously you have a lot of free days throughout the year, but today is a free one. It's also air conditioned. It's a little chilly in here even. So it's a great excuse to get out of the hot weather. Come learn about Juneteenth. There's discussions happening today at 1:30 and also 6 p.m. The doors open at 1 p.m. And they're closing a little bit later today at 8 p.m. So certainly a great thing to do with the whole family. Rebecca, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Always a pleasure. Come on down whenever you want. There's always something new to see at the Historical Museum.
Absolutely. Jason, back to you.
She couldn't have said it better. I was thinking the same thing. Always something great to learn at the Detroit Historical Museum. But today, of all days, a great time to go.